Tell me, does it talk about taking a racket stringer with them? Miss Thelani? Now, your common sense should not decide an answer. Even in law, what is not implied or inferred should not constitute an answer, right? So, the answer is not given, I guess. I might be wrong. I might get it wrong, but I'm sure it's not given. See? You agree with me?
Yes, sir.
I think the answer is not you. Because taking a racket stringer, you can take, it's common sense that we should take a racket string. Before they take it, maybe the customers, it is not for us to decide. However, with the racket stringer toured with the players is not discussed. Is my rationale clear to you, Hirdika? Very good. Werner Fischer played with spaghetti strung racket that he designed himself. Werner, please. That is another mistake you can make in the exam. You know your English well, you have your reasoning well, but you have some mental problem. You know, you're on the wrong track. Thank you. Number 4, Mike and Bob Bryan use rackets that are light in comparison to the majority of rackets. So what words are you scanning for? Mike and Bob Bryan. Here, you find it. So here you see, this is how we save our time rather than reading the whole thing. You look for specific words, and then before you decide on an answer, you read between the lines, okay? Mike and Bob Bryan, for example, we are very particular with our racket specifications. They say all our rackets are sent from our manufacturer to Tampa, Florida. Explain how they have adjusted not only racket length, more than the average model, and also have a denser string pattern, more crosses and mains. So, what is the question? Mike and Bob use rackets that are light in comparison to the majority of rackets. The answer is obvious. What is it? Mike and Bob Bryan use rackets that are light in comparison. The rackets they use now weigh more than the average model and also have a denser string pattern. So, Hirudi, what's your answer? Hirudi, what is your answer? My answer is false. So what is dense in singular, you tell me? Way more. බර වැඩි. අනිත් ඒවාට වඩා බරයි. more than the average one. You understand? Mr. Lini, you understood? Hirudika Puta? Okay. Werner Fischer played with a spaghetti strong racket. Look for Werner Fischer. Started playing with the so-called spaghetti strung racket, created a string bed that generated so much topspin. It was quickly banned by the International Tennis Federation. However, within a decade or two, racket modification became a regularity. Today, it is in many ways an aspect of the game that is equal in significance to nutrition or training. What is your answer? The so-called spaghetti strung racket. It's not given, isn't it? My answer is also not given because it is not discussed. That he did it, not given. Number 6, the weather can affect how professional players adjust the strings on their rackets. Look at the change. Climatic conditions and game styles. Some will even change it depending on how they feel at the time. So, what's the question? The answer is what? The weather can. True. Kuteyu. They will continually change it depending on various factors, including the court surface, climatic conditions, and game style. Some will even change it depending on how they feel at the time. What is it? What is it? True. Yes. It's obvious. It was believed that the change Pete Sampras made to his rackets contributed to his strong serve. Pete Sampras. Look for the man. Where is Pete Sampras? So what is your answer, Miss Telani? Yes. Hirodika? Hirodika, what's your answer? Megathionami. For example, much of the serving power of US professional player Pete Sampras was attributed to the addition of 4 to 5 lead weights onto his rackets. And today, many professionals have the weights adjusted during the manufacturing process. So the answer is true. Hiradi, you are there. I can't see you. Hirodika is gone. She's having a connection problem. So, Miss Tilini, you're okay with the answers? You're perfect. So, where is our girl? Poor girl has a problem. Erotic. What happened? Where did you go? Signal issue. You are using dialogue or Mobitel or Airtel? Dialogue. Okay. Yeah, dialogue sometimes gives us problems. So, but were you there to listen to how we determine the answers for all the 7 questions, or you missed out something? You missed. So, what's your answer to that? True. Correct. Why it directly says, like much of the serving power of the US professional player Pete Sampras was attributed to the addition of 4 to 5 lead weights onto his rackets. And today, many professionals have the weight adjusted during the manufacturing process. Yes? So go to question number 8. This is easy. The tennis racket and how it has changed. Pute, Herudi, every time you do gap filling, you have to read the question. Now here they say choose one word only from the passage. And sometimes they say choose a suitable word from the box given. Okay, so you had to read the passage and an appropriate answer. The right answer you had to select from a given box. Sometimes they say 2 words, sometimes rarely 3 words, and sometimes you have to write an answer. You have to provide an answer. Okay. So always read your questions. Gap filling is very easy. The tennis racket and how it has changed. Mike and Bob Bryan made changes to the types of blank used on their racket frames. Mike and Bob Bryan made changes to the types of. Where is Mike and Bob Bryan? You have to find it. Look at this. Mike and Bob Bryan, for example, we are very particular with our racket specifications. They say all our rackets are sent from our manufacturer to Tampa, Florida, where our frames go through a thorough customization process. What is the answer? Used on their racket frames. Mike and Bob Bryan, for example, we are very particular with our racket specifications. They say all our rackets are, very good. Types of painting. Here the answer is paint because that's the only noun to the types of paint used on their racket frames. Players were not allowed to use the spaghetti sprung racket because of the amount of topspin. Spaghetti topspin. Topspin it creates. Changes to rackets can be regarded as being as important as players' diets or the changes to rackets can be regarded as being as important as players' diets or the they do. Where did we find? Here. Mr. Lenny, what's the answer? Now look at here. Today it is in many ways an aspect of the game that is equal in significance to nutrition or training. What is it? What is it? Nutrition is diet, isn't it? So, diets or training. That's the answer. The training they do. Today is Thursday or Wednesday. Today is Wednesday and it is the 4th. Hirudika, what happened to you? Right, next question, please. All rackets used to have natural strings made from the of animals from the At one time, all tennis rackets were strung with natural gut made from the outer layer of sheep or cow intestines. All rackets used to have natural strings made from the උත්තර දෙකක් හිතන්න. බඩවැල් කියලා කියන්නේ. මේකේ gut වෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. මම හිතන්නේ intestines වෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. I think both answers would be accepted. Natural gut made from the string with natural gut made from the outer layer of sheep or cow intestines. So I think both the answers are correct. From the gut of some animals or intestines. Right. Pete Sampras had metal put into the frames of his rackets. Metal weights, sorry, mother. Lead weights. There are lead is steel. Weights, butter, padikin. Paint topspin it created. Right. Here do you look for answers for that? To number 8 to 13, you look for answers, please. Hirudi, what's your answer for question number 8? Hirudi Khan. Hirudi Khan. I know you're having signal issues. It's okay with that. Now tell me, what are your answers to question number 8 to 10? That's okay with this. Your answer to question 8? Not in the session, King? Alright. Then Thakgal Uttar Hoyane. 8. Paid. Yes. Number 9. Number 9, top speed. Read the sentence below. Right. Very good. Number 10. Number 10. Did we discuss it, Miss? What's your name? Mrs. Number 10. What is number 10? Give me a moment. Number 10 diet so changes to records can be regarded as being as important as players' diets or the Hirdika, you found the answer to question number 10. Hmm? Diets or the methanathiano. What is it? Werner Fisher started playing with the so-called spaghetti strung racket. It created a string bed that generated so much topspin that it was quickly banned by the International Tennis Federation. However, within a decade or two, racket modification became a regularity. Today, it is, in many ways, an aspect of the game that is equal in significance. Give me a similar word for significance. Importance. To nutrition or training. In the question, there is a word called diet. Diet is synonymous with nutrition. Nutrition or then what? Hirdika? Training. The answer has to be training. Number 11. All rackets used to have natural strings made from the blank of animals. What is it? Where do you find it? At one time, all tennis rackets were strung with natural gut made from the outer layer of sheep or cow intestines. This all changed in the early 1940s with the development of synthetic strings that were cheaper and more durable. What is your answer, Kapil? What is your answer? Read the questions. Question instructions given. What are the instructions? One word only. Right. Then from no. හරියට ප්‍රශ්න කියවන්න. මේකේ තියෙනවා. At one time, all tennis rackets were strung with natural gut made from outer layer of sheep or cow intestines. උත්තර දෙකක් තියෙනවා. Gut or intestines. මම හිතනවා ඒ දෙකම accepted. Gut එහෙම නැත්නම් මොකද්ද මේ උනේ? Weights ආවේ කොහොමද මෙතනට? Guts or intestines. Okay? Hirudika, are you there? Right. Okay, number 12, Hoyagan. Peach Sampras had metal. So look for metal, something put into the frames of his rackets. 12. Peach Sampras. Yes, very good. Weights is the answer. You're clear, right? Pete Sampras had metal weights put into the frames of his rackets. Then, next question. Goncalo Oliveira. Goncalo Oliveira changed on his racket handles. I think grip in the pull. Goncalo, where are you, man? Where? Last para. Okay. Read the line, Puti. Other changes to the frame involve the handle. Players have individual preferences for the shape of the handle, and some will have the handle of one bracket molded onto the frame of a different bracket. The players make different changes. The professional Portuguese player original grips of his rackets with something thinner, which they had previously felt uncomfortable to hold. Change the දැන් බලන්න ඒක බලන්න නැතුව මට කියන්න පුළුවන් වුණා හැබැයි grips කියලා තිබෙන grip නෙමෙයි grips plural. Handle එක grip එකක් තමයි තියෙන්නේ. පුතේ, Hirudi, you are comfortable now? So you understand how to save time? So the main thing is don't read the whole passage. Okay? Don't read the whole passage. You read the first and the last sentence initially. Okay? Just to see what the passage is about. You have to do it at a lightning speed and then go to the question, understand it, come back, scan. And then before you decide what the answer is, you have to be careful. To save your time, don't answer, in haste. You get it? Because if you are trying to save time and give an answer you are not sure of, then you are gonna lose marks. You get it? You already have 23 out of 40, which is very good. I'm sure you are a girl I can train to score 9 out of 9 for reading if you follow my advice. You're clear?
Yes.
Okay. But you have to do a lot of hard work, okay? Miss Telini, you too can do the same, but I'm really happy that you're so committed because you're working, you're traveling and all, and you still manage to join us at 7 o'clock. That shows commitment, okay? That's all I need, and generally you're good. Okay. Now we'll check our answers. Yes? Wait a minute. Reading passage 1. බලන්න පුතේ හරිද අපි කියලා? False, false, not given. Are we right? නැත්තම් we are wrong. Right. My heart එක නිකන් නැවතුණා. Okay. False, false, not given. False, not given. Truthful. False, false, not given. False, not given. Truthful. හරිනේ? Yes. So you have a doubt. What is that? I'm listening.
When we are putting two words into one, both of them or only one?
Yeah, you had to write one answer. Usually in the heat of the exam, you will only be looking for one answer. You don't see that the other answer is the answer. Okay? Generally, gut is perfectly correct. Intestines is perfectly correct. And when I did this thing on the first day, I wrote intestines, and Miss Supipi, Supipi Akka, she wrote gut. Okay. So today I remember, okay, both the answers should be correct. That memory I had. In the heat of the exam, you don't feel. So you only look for one answer, and your answer has to be grammatically, appropriate in the sense where it is a noun, it has to be a noun. So there are certain occasions where two answers are possible, but that is very rare. And there are times where singular and plural both are acceptable, but not always. You give the best answer you think is right. You get it? So you're expected to give only one answer, one word. Then paint, topspin, training, intestines, gut, weights, grips. So we are very good, 13 out of 13. Okay, now I want feedback from the two ladies. Mrs. Tilini, give us feedback on session 1. This is a time to improve speech as well. Okay. Yeah. Then. Yes. That's very good. So now you know you give perfect answers. True, false, not given. You know the logic behind it, right? That is important, and you feel that you are more efficient than before. Yes, you are more efficient. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Now, definitely now, I am sharing my techniques. My techniques are logical and methodical. But there are some people with extraordinary memories. You see, so they are. I don't know. That's how they score 9 out of 9. Some people have photographic memories. Yeah, I'm happy. This all of the answers you gave, and sometimes you answered before me. So that's a plus point. Hirudika, Pote, you had some problems, but uh, yeah, it happens in online classes. Signal issues can take place, but we are patient and we are understanding. But I think we facilitated you. We gave you time to find out answers yourselves, right? Hirudika, I'm speaking. So you're okay with that arrangement?
Yes.
And I need feedback. Now, this is the first reading passage you have done with me. It's part 1 of book number 19, the latest Cambridge book. So I think we did a good job, but I need your feedback. When you tried yourself, what you felt, and discussing with me and Tilini Akka what you felt, and yeah, everything I like to know. Don't keep it short, keep it long and interesting, okay? Yeah, you mean practice hard. You have to do a lot of practice. Okay. Okay. Whether you like, I mean, uh, except for the technical issues you had, are you happy with this online delivery of reading sessions? You're using your laptop, I guess. And you also have your book with you, the hard copy. Yes. So when you have it, there should be no issue. So you had better move to some place where you have good reception, good reception of network signals. Yes? Okay, Magona is too far, yes. It's raining. Even here it's raining, but we don't get affected that way. Sometimes we. That's what you have power cut. You have power cuts, you have rain problems, you have signal problems. So move to somewhere, somewhere, what can I say? Okay, your friends, Roshini Akka and Aya. So they have their house here, right? So you live there with your parents. Yes, that's an option, right? I will send a message to Miss Roshini and say, Miss Roshini, for 3 months, give Hiridika and her father and mother and the family what lodging at your place. Shall I? Shall I propose to Miss Roshini? That will help. Yes. Okay.
Payroll and Maguna.
But listen to me. Listen to me. Now I live at Wadu. Do I have that problem? No. It is exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So you think the ground floor people have issues?
Not in all the areas, but sometimes knowledge.
Yes.
I don't know exact.
But what I'm saying is her cousin, right? Roshini. No, internet speed is normally it's like 100 MBs, right? Nowadays.
If we can, the speed of the from Tesla,
So what
Mass Nangi's home. Uh,
so what can we do like if she has a low speed? Ah, you mean she can switch to a different network. She can switch to a different network. Say that? Switch to a different network. Now, when you say move, yeah, when you say move, I'm thinking moving to Vadu. Vadu to Roshini Akka's place. She lives close by. She lived in the Vadu town, right? Yeah, Hirdika has a lot of cousins in Vadu. Okay, that is not neighbor, not the neighbor. Roshini lives in England. Okay, she lives in England. She moved with her husband. So the house they lived in is now vacant. It's a very good house, I remember. She joined us online and she would be advising me. So you have this problem and that problem or whatever. But they lived in Vadu, right? Ah, so they're, let's say the room at least they live in is vacant for you. I will send a message. Roshini, your sister, cousin sister has an issue. You please be kind enough to give lodging for 3 months. Yeah, 3 months. Okay, right with it. So that is it. You think we can do do another passage, or we'll do something else? You tell me, and we'll do that exactly. Hirudika, what do you want? Continue passage 2 or do something else? Miss Teleni, what do you think?
I think if it's okay,
Okay, Hirudika, what do you say? What do you want for? Enrollments. You've been involved. Okay, so I need a 5 minutes break because I'm tired. Okay, you take a small break and come back. It's 9 o'clock. Shall I give you 10 minutes break? You okay? You want a longer break or a shorter break?
shorter break, like
Yes, 5 minutes. Okay. Right, you guys are there?